Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, then you are tuned in into another episode of Marking Out Amongst Friends, the podcast. It's your boy, Jay Riddy in the building. And you know, if I'm in here, you know I'm not in here alone. Of course, you know, Lady Great One, Miss Curves and Swerves herself, the wonderful woman of podcast. Say hi to the people.
How can I follow an introduction like that? I mean, you done took my catchphrase, you done messed it up, you done flipped it around. It's swerves and curves, not curves and swerves. But y'all know who it is. It's Lady Great One. Holla at y'all. What's up?
So also in the building, making his 2019 return to Marking Out Amongst Friends, the podcast. It's been a long time. He shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. Mr. VIP is in the building.
Wow. Like Lady Great One said, what an intro. It feels good to be back. It feels good to come home. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing?
Damn straight. So I got all of my friends in the building, and you know when my friends in the building, there's nothing better to do than mark out. Tonight we got a couple of topics for you. First and foremost, we know we're going to recap, or we're going to predict actually, the results for NXT Takeover Phoenix this weekend and WWE Royal Rumble 2019. Also, we're going to talk to you a little bit about Jack Swagger, who is going to be making his MMA debut this weekend for Bellator Saturday night. But before we get into any of that, let me hit my damn music. Once again, shout out to your boy Chill King for lacing us with that new theme song for Marking Out Amongst Friends, the podcast. We gotta have Chill back on the show in a couple of weeks. Definitely great having a talk with him. Definitely great digging in some of his insights on one of his favorite pay-per-views, Royal Rumble. But before we get into the Royal Rumble, before we get into any of our other topics, let's first go into NXT Phoenix. Takeover Phoenix. You know, Marking Out Amongst Friends podcast, we tend to start a lot with the main roster pay-per-view and end with the NXT pay-per-view. But I wanted to spend some time and talk about this. We know, Takeover never has a huge card. They only give you 5 matches on every pay-per-view. It's a strong 5 matches, but they're known to just give us 5 matches on their show. Now, we're not in it for the quantity, but the quality of matches that we have for this card coming up for this weekend, oh my God. Have you guys seen the card for Takeover Phoenix?
I think I've seen most of it. Might be 1 or 2 matches I missed.
All right. On the card, we got 5 matches. We got championships being defended on the show. The only non-title match that's on the show right now, we got Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. Of course, we know Matt Riddle, former MMA fighter himself. Cassius Ohno, known as the Knockout Artist, WWE's resident Knockout Artist. This has been some bad blood between these guys since Riddle's debut when he defeated Cassius Ohno in 7 seconds. What do you guys think is going to be the result of this match?
I'm gonna have to go Riddle all the way. He's the future. He's amazing. He's got charisma. He's unique. He's got all the tools. He's dangerous. I really, really like him, and I'm gonna go with him all the way.
Well, for me, I as much as I do like Matt Riddle, the only problem I have with him is that you out there, you wrestling barefoot, somebody could easily break your toe just by stepping and making just one slightest thing. So you might want to put on some boots, lace them up, boys. Uh, I know you're a barefoot fighter and the octagon, neither one of you have on shoes, but this is not the octagon, this is the ring. So I'd just be weary of that, but I'm still going to go Matt Riddle.
Okay, so I am definitely going to go with Matt Riddle in this one. Um, I do agree with that comment, however, about the barefoot thing. Rusev learned the hard way in that situation that that's not really the route you want to go. I understand the whole UFC thing, but that may be a move that you want to stray away from in the future. Now, other than that, I definitely like the kid Matt Riddle. He reminds me, he's like a tougher version of Zack Ryder. He's like if Zack Ryder was a legit fighter. The whole bro thing that's going on. I really I like Matt Riddle. I'm definitely going with him in this one. I think we'll definitely see more of a match in this one. I don't think it's going to end in 7 seconds, but the result will definitely be the same. Next match on the card. This could be potentially match of the year already, and we're just in January. Uh, NXT North American Championship is on the line. Of course, you know the champion is Ricochet. He is defending his title against Johnny Gargano. Holy shit. I don't even know if I can pick anybody in this match. I'm going to let y'all go first. Whoever want to start that one, man.
Oh, that's that's one of the matches you just want to watch and just be in awe because that is going to be it's going to be fun to watch. Um, I want Ricochet to keep it, but it is going to be a great. It's going to be a match to watch. Like you said, this probably going to be the best match of the night. Could be match of the year.
Okay. Lady Great One.
Wow. Man, oh gosh. Everything that y'all have said is really just like, yeah, I agree with that. But I'm actually going to pick somebody since neither one of y'all has actually picked the person. But I'm actually going to go Gargano on this. It's kind of funny how like things have turned and everything. And since turning heel, Gargano has not won. But I do think that a lot of possible interference might come with a little bit of the DIY kind of creeping back into it because there's some little hints there, even though Candace was like, no, 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 at the end of NXT. I'm thinking that Swerves and Curves going to call this one. And as much as I love Ricochet, and don't get me wrong, he is the one and only, and I do like the dude a lot. I just think that his championship is about to run out with Gargano.
Okay. So I'm going to be the one and this is probably going to pretty much ruin my predictions for the rest of the show. Um, but we're still going to go through all of them. Uh, I am actually going to go with Johnny Gargano on this one. Um, I definitely think this is going to be a hell of a match. I really don't care who wins. The fans win at the end of the day with this one. But I have a gut feeling that every single title that is on the line on Takeover Phoenix is going to change.
Wow, that's a bold prediction.
Just looking at the card, and I don't know if it's just because I want all of the challengers to win, or it's just that it's just like it would be a shock to see all of them change but I think if any card could do it and pull it off, I think this card could. I'm saying that all of them are going to win. I think Gargano is going to win this one. I think he's going to use some type of underhanded tactic that we've never seen him do before to finish off a great match. Yeah, and I think we're going to see him as the new North American Championship. I think they'll probably run this one back at another takeover if it lives up to the hype.
I don't know. I think I see Gargano as like not winning any titles in NXT, and then maybe when he gets called up or goes to 205 or Raw or SmackDown, he'll win something there. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to be something to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. Like I said, I want Ricochet to win, but either way, this is going to be a great match to watch. And I wouldn't be mad if Gargano wins.
And I definitely agree there. It's going to be a great match either way. I mean, I'm already calling that this is going to be at least a 4-star match, if not a 5, because I mean, these two can definitely do it. And every pay-per-view gets better and better and better. Every takeover gets better and better and better. I will disagree with you on all titles changing hands. I think maybe at least one person will retain, but we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Facts. Another thing, man, just Johnny Gargano is just the representative of NXT, and he hasn't had a title anymore. I mean, since he's been there, as far as like a singles title. So I think the reason for you saying that Gargano is going to lose is my reason for him saying that he's going to win in that aspect of Mr. VIP. Moving on to the next match of the card, Undisputed Era. It's going to be Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong versus the War Raiders for the NXT Tag Titles. Undisputed retains or War Raiders win. What's start with
War. Yeah, I'm picking the War Raiders on this one. Undisputed has had those tag championships for way too long, minus the what was it, the day or the week in which they lost it to Mustache Mountain, but then regained it right back. I think in order to continue to build on the War Raiders, then you're going to have to drop the titles off of Undisputed Era. So as much as I love TUE, I mean, we shocked the system plenty enough last year, and that's going to be a shock to their system when they lose them titles.
I'm gonna have to go with Undisputed Era. I mean, I like the War Raiders. They're good. Don't really like the name, but I just don't feel any tag team, especially them, are ready or should take it from. So I'm sorry. I had a technical difficulty, but yeah, like I said, I definitely.
More technical difficulties.
Yes.
So you're going with the Undisputed Era in this one. You're saying that they're going to retain.
Yes, they're going to retain.
So I am going with the War Raiders in this one because I think the Undisputed Era has beaten pretty much every other legitimate tag team in NXT. The few that have went to the main roster. I think
No, they have not. No, they have not. There's one left.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I got to finish. But I think they've beaten pretty much every other legitimate competitor, every other strong competitor. The tag team titles have been on a hill for a while. I think they should go towards the face direction. And I think that the War Raiders they've been predicted to be the next team up for a few months. Now, with that being said, two things. I agree with you. I don't really like the name. I've always hated the name War Raiders. But not to take away from their talent. They're definitely good. And this is going to be a shock coming from me because I usually like um, bigger, heavy-hitting, powerful tag teams. But I'm not really that big on the Warriors. I feel like I just feel like I've seen a lot of tag teams that have that same gimmick before, and it really doesn't appeal to me anymore. Um, but the second thing, if the War Raiders were not to win the tag team titles this weekend, the team that I would love to see capture those titles would definitely be the Street Profits.
Yeah, of course. I agree with you on that. I don't know. Like you said, I like them as a team. I just I don't see them as over as Undisputed Era, and I know they're not as over as Street Profits. Like, you listen to the crowd when they come out, they're not as behind them. And I'm like, once they win, what really are we going to be seeing? Them just coming out saying ha ha ha, and then what's going to be after that? I think it'll be more entertaining to see them keep it with Undisputed Era, and then maybe have the Street Profits win, but at least they can talk, and that'll be more entertaining than the War Raiders will.
Now, that is something that I can definitely get behind. I mean, that was obviously the cutoff that I wanted to make, but you stopped me, so I held back. I'm sorry about that. You know, I'm a huge Street Profits fan, and yeah, but I see a couple things could possibly transpire there. I'd like to see them actually be able to do a possible triple threat, or maybe a fatal four-way tornado tag team match, elimination match or something, and have your best four teams, because there are four that can really go. Because of course you have the Undisputed Era. Then in another corner you can have the War Raiders. Then in another corner you can have the Street Profits, and of course the one that's always forgotten, the Forgotten Sons. Give them an opportunity at the tag title as well, all at the same time. And I would like to see something like that happen at Takeover New York, New Jersey, whichever one they're going to call it, Takeover the Meadowlands, whatever, for this upcoming WrestleMania.
Okay. See, so we got 2 for the War Raiders, 1 for the Undisputed Era to retain. Next match on the card. You know what?
That was backwards.
I'm sorry?
That was backwards, sir. Both of y'all picked the Undisputed Era. I was the only one who picked the War Raiders.
No, I picked the War Raiders. I said they were garbage. Well, I didn't say they were garbage, but I said I didn't like it. But I picked them to win.
Oh, I thought you went. Oh, I thought you said the Undisputed Era will win.
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
I think the Undisputed Era, because Adam Cole, b.k.a, is not on the card, I'm thinking that the Undisputed Era may be getting called up at some point soon. So that's another reason why I see the Warriors taking the titles off of them. This next match on the card, I don't even want to announce this. I'm going to let Lady Great One, because she's a super huge fan of one of these competitors in this match. So what's our next match on the card that we got here?
The next match on the card contains one Miss Undefeated. Let me do it again. Hang on. Undefeated Bianca Belair versus the badass Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, for the NXT Women's Championship. And I must say, obviously, that my girl, Bianca Belair, will still be undefeated. I mean, let me say it again. Undefeated. Oh, okay, I got to bring that back one more time. Undefeated. And what do you guys think?
make sure I understand you correctly. You feel as though the winner of this match will still be undefeated.
Absolutely. She is not overrated. She is undefeated. That's the EST of NXT, man. She's everything.
Why they call it EST?
Because she is the BEST, the best. She is better than the REST, the rest. She is the fast S, the strong S, the smart test, the cool S.
And the finest. Let me chime in right quick.
I knew somebody was going to do it. I knew one of y'all were going to do it. Great timing. Perfect timing there.
All right, so Mr. VIP, you on the Bianca Belair train, or are you going for the Queen of Spades?
I love the Queen of Spades, but I have loved Bianca Belair since before she started. When I first seen her and saw her when she was training before, and I was like, this girl is amazing. I've always been a huge fan of hers. The look, the hair, the talking, the athletic ability. I am very, very high on her. And definitely, I want her to win every match she's ever in. I love her. So I'm definitely 100% going with the EST.
So, I mean, we're going to go ahead and make it 3 for 3 on this one. I'm definitely going for Bianca Belair to win this one as well. It's going to be another situation like the Undisputed Era. I think they've beaten everybody pretty much. You know, like Shayna Baszler's beaten everybody. And, of course, by the way that her record is, Bianca Belair has beaten everybody. So, you know, it's just one of those things where it's only naturally right to go ahead and drop the title to Bianca Belair. Because she is the NXT resident EST. But on top of that, I think that she's definitely the total package when it comes to, you know, what you would want in a female wrestler. She's got athleticism. She's got wrestling ability. She's got power. She's got speed. She's got high flying ability. She's got craftiness. Like the whole ponytail whip is just unique. It's crafty. I love it. And then on top of all of that, like you said, she's fine too. I mean, you know, I don't want to be, you know, any type of chauvinist or anything. Plus, I'm a happy man. Come on. I mean, not going.
But like you said, beauty and all. But what other person can do a gorilla press from the floor and pick them up over their head and then do a 450? How many other women, how many other men in the company can do that? So
I can think of one man who can do that. I can think of only one man who can do that. Thank you. That was the man I was thinking of.
Apollo Crews, one out of the 500 they got. So that is an amazing feat. And I don't even think Apollo Crews has picked somebody up from the floor and then gorilla pressed them.
Maybe so I don't think he's done it. I think he could do it, but that's my only other person that I would say. And if not him, the third person that I would say that could do it would probably be Cesaro. But that's an elite class of athletes that you're putting her in that instance, which I agree. She's definitely in that class of athlete. I think she's a better athlete than we've probably seen in women's wrestling, period. Ever.
And the fact that she is new. I mean, this is pretty much like her second year. Mm-hmm. Look how good she is already. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. The moves and the stuff she's doing, and she's just starting off. So, barring her being hurt or anything, sky's the limit.
I see nothing but greatness coming from her. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Shayna Baszler. I want to go ahead and make that very, very clear. I don't want to take anything at all away from Shayna Baszler, but the point is, she's beaten everybody, just like you already said. So,
And
I mean,
she's already a two-time champion.
Shayna two-time, exactly. She's done something that no other woman has yet to do on NXT. Not Asuka, not Ember, nobody's ever done that. So that's incredible, and I think that she's running not really on borrowed time in NXT, but she's running on borrowed time in NXT. You know what I mean? Because I feel
Yeah,
that
yeah. Count your days, MFer.
no, not like that. That's not what I mean. I mean, count your days in NXT as in you're about to go up to help Ronda on
MFer.
Raw. I'm not throwing out an MFer in there.
I
I
am.
like between the states. So I'm not throwing MFer in there. But Bish, be ready for your call up. Because un the be Ted will still be un the be Ted.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait for that one. Last match of the card, of course, NXT Championship match. Current champion Tommaso Ciampa, one of the biggest heels in the company still, going against Aleister Black, who is a former NXT champion already. So in this instance, we have either have the current champion retain, or we have Aleister Black become, who would he be? What, the second or third two-time NXT champion? Nobody got my back on that one.
He'll be the second. I'm. This one's a hard one. Um, part of me wants Black to win, but part of me doesn't want him to win, so he could just go on and get called up. I don't really think there's much else for him to do in NXT. Um, but they may have him win so that maybe Adam Cole could come up and beat him for it. It's really hard. If I had to pick, I'm gonna say Ciampa.
Uh,
And
Go ahead,
oh,
lady.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump in right there, but I'm actually going to go with Champa on this one as well. I don't see Aleister Black really having much more left and on the NXT roster. I mean, I completely agree. He's beaten a lot of people. He's held the championship. Um, I think that he's put on incredible showing, but I think that it's still time for Tommaso Ciampa because of the fact that there's so many more people for Ciampa to fight versus Alistair,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So I'm thinking due to like you have way more with a heel champion and how precious that Goldie is to him. And we might, I don't know if this would happen, but we might end up getting another Gargano and Ciampa somewhere down the line unless one of them leaves. But I think that Aleister Black will probably lose this match, and this will probably end up being his farewell to NXT, and then come out at the Rumble. But that's
Well, you already know I said all the championships will change. I'm not wavering from that thought process. I definitely think that Aleister Black is going to become a two-time champion, and he's definitely going to join an elite rank when he does so. And the reason why I think so is something that you kind of hinted at earlier, Mr. VIP, when you were um, picking Champa. I think that Alistair is going to win this second title run, and I think this is going to be a placeholder for Adam Cole to come in, win the NXT Championship, and be the first two-time. I mean, not first two-time, but be the first person to hold both the North American Championship and the NXT Championship. before going to the main roster.
I can see that. I can see that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now there was transitioning into the Royal Rumble here. Now Lady Great One and I were just chatting it up a little bit before um, the show, as we were getting our hearts and minds and thoughts together. And she made a very interesting point about the NXT card. So tell us what your theory is for a specific superstar being not present on this card.
Well, I've noticed that for the first time in a really long time, the is a very, very, very huge name that is missing off this card. I mean, I just got to repeat this again, and excuse me 1 second. You might hear a little bit of background noise, but I have to step out and do this real quick because I don't want to disturb other people. But the name that's missing on this card is one Mr. Velveteen Dream. For the first takeover that I can remember, he is not a part of. He stole the show and stole the spotlight so many times. Why not give them a chance to steal the show and steal the spotlight at the Rumble? Because we all know how everybody loves the Velveteen Dream.
Ooh, that could be true. And if I'm correct, they never showed who was supposed to be in the men's, right? Like they did with the women.
They've
We
announced a couple,
him
but they
for
haven't announced the whole roster.
So yeah, you know how like the women they showed the thing, show like everybody up there. So if they hadn't did that, um, and with everybody, like you said, everybody else being called up and everything, with him not being on NXT, that could, like you said, that could really be a big time. Like, you know, he's gonna steal the spotlight. He wasn't on NXT, so he'll steal the spotlight at the Royal Rumble, even if it's not a call up, just for him to, you know, interfere or at least have a good showing. You know, they usually always have somebody from NXT, and that would be perfect.
I am super high on Velveteen Dream, as well as a lot of other legends and current superstars, including Triple H. He is extremely high on him. So, yeah, I think it's time to, if not at least a full call up, but a nice shake up there, Rumble.
And you know what? If they did do it, you know what I would want them to do? Have him be the second person come out so that he can actually have his actual entrance and let him come out with some elaborate entrance, or him, you know, come out like somebody else, or, you know, come out with some elaborate entrance like him stealing the spotlight or whatever, instead of him just coming out in the middle. Just have him come out second and he'll actually have his entrance and everything, and then last for a while, or at least have a really good showing in it. That would be great.
Okay, so speaking of surprise entrance into the Royal Rumble or expected entrance, we're gonna go right into the whole Royal Rumble card. I want to start with both of the Rumble matches first, just because I know we all have a lot of thought processes that may be similar or different, but I want to really see where we are all at right now. I think I've changed my pick a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. Um, I don't know about y'all. So who do you guys think is walking away and getting that guaranteed shot at either the Universal title or the World Heavyweight Championship at this weekend's Royal Rumble? Who is going to be the last man standing?
Well, I guess I'll jump in. I still have a couple in mind. There's three that I really, really, really would like to see do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and say all three. Number one, I definitely, definitely, definitely feel this is the person I feel is going to win, which would be Seth Rollins. with him like showing out as well as he has over the last year, showing that he can carry the load. And not only that, but if Seth wins and if Finn wins, then we get an actual rematch between them two for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania, and I'm sold on that. Now, the second person that I would like to see win would be Drew McIntyre. Obviously, he is the chosen one. He's came back. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He rebuilt his stock. He rebranded himself. He refreshed himself, and he has been on a tear as of late. Um, I'm not going to go with the most obvious person for my third pick, which would be Braun Strowman, would be the most obvious person. But my third person would actually be an up and comer. And I hate the fact that they have edited his name. I do not like it, but I'm still going to say it the way I've always said it. And that would be Andrade Cien Almas. Because I think that Andrade Cien Almas, I mean, that just sounds so much better than just Andrade. I mean, yeah, you can put a little flair on it and just be Andrade. But Andrade Cien Almas just flows off the tongue so nicely. And I think that he could win and possibly challenge Daniel Bryan for that, for that WWE championship. That's my sleeper.
Oh, God, dog. Lady Great One, Lady Great One. Shoot. Okay. Okay, my number one pick is Drew McIntyre. Period. Um, I would like Finn to win, but if he doesn't, I would love for Drew McIntyre to be the one who puts down the beast. I'm really high on Drew. Everything about him is amazing. Can't say enough good things about him. So yeah, that's my number one pick to win it. Number two would be Andrade. I have always liked him since I first saw him when he first debuted in NXT, and I was like, this guy is really good. I really like him. It would be really amazing to see him win. I don't think a lot of people would believe that he would win it so early. So it'll really be great. And with these past couple of wins that he's been having with Ray, it would be great to see that. My third, I'm kind of like Lady Great One. I want to say Braun, but I'm thinking that they're trying to go another way with him. So if it's not, I'm not sure. If it's not Braun, I'm gonna have to say, oh man, I don't want to say Seth, but I guess my third pick would probably have to be Seth then. I mean, reasonable. That's the only other person. Know what? I'm gonna go on a limb, take Seth out, and I'm gonna say Samoa Joe.
Yeah. So since we're doing three picks, I definitely say the two of your three picks would definitely be on my list. Samoa Joe was definitely going to be my surprise pick in there at the end because
Sorry about that.
It's definitely not a whole. It hasn't been a whole lot of SmackDown love over the past couple of weeks. Andrade his name has been coming up a lot. I think I mentioned AJ Styles at one point in time could be a winner, and we could see AJ Styles make the jump to Raw to face whoever the champion is. Um, Seth was one of my original picks weeks ago to make the jump to SmackDown to face AJ Styles. But now with Finn Balor replacing Brock Lesnar in this championship match, and the thing that they're trying to force home, this whole David Goliath versus Goliath storyline, I'm thinking it's a very high possibility that Finn Balor is going to end up winning. So my picks are now going to be based off of who would be the best guy to go against Finn Balor. So definitely, surprise pick would have been Samoa Joe to make the jump back to Raw. Another surprise pick, well, not a surprise pick, but my other pick is probably my only consistent pick over the last weeks. Um, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's had a hell of a run for the last couple of months. He had a big loss at the. He had a big loss to Finn Balor, I believe, in the last couple of weeks. That really put it to the point to make it seem like he was going to not be a contender coming into the Royal Rumble. So I'm definitely sticking with the McIntyre pick. My third pick to win this one, and I'm gonna go with my second SmackDown person of the night, and I am going to go with The Miz. I think The Miz is going to be in a tag team title match that night as well, with Shane McMahon versus The Bar. I think that we're going to eventually move out of that whole best in the world tag team at some point, and Miz has to be launched.
Please, God, dude.
I think he has to be launched back into the singles picture.
I think personally, I think that the whole best in the world thing is to try to see if we can get Miz over as a face. I really think that that's what it is. Because if you look at it, like people are actually cheering for Miz with Shane. So it's starting to work. People are starting to actually gravitate to Miz being a face style character versus his heelish ways. I mean, um, even if you think about it, look at what happened at the end of SmackDown the other week. They were attacked by the Bar, and then like last week, or should I say Tuesday, they actually had a match, a one-on-one match. It was Cesaro versus Miz, and once again, like it was a good way, and it ended as like people booing the crap out of the Bar and cheering for Miz. So I think that they've shown that the Miz can handle being a face. So if the Miz is in the Rumble, which I do hope he is, I'm not sure if he will be or not. But to get him over as a face, it's been working, getting him in the face run, and maybe continue on with that, having a Miz face from here on in.
Big facts, man. The Miz has been one of those guys that has always been perfect in every position that he's been in, especially in the last couple of years. You put him in the mid card division, he does awesome. You put him in the tag team division, he does great. You put him in the world title picture, he does great. It's just like this guy can do it in every single division and make whatever he's doing must see TV. Um, I definitely think that he's well overdue to be back in the world title picture. And with Daniel Bryan currently being the heavyweight champion on SmackDown, we could see that feud reignited with both of them, as the Lady Great One said, in different roles. With Daniel Bryan now being the heel and Miz being the face. Um, so we've got 3 picks for the men's rumble. Let's jump right into the women's rumble here. So we know that Carmella, because of her and R-Truth being the winners of the mixed tag match, will be the number 30 entrant. And R-Truth will be number 30 entrant in the men's Royal Rumble. I know we forgot to mention that earlier, but I don't think anybody really thinks he's going to be a legitimate threat. Carmella is a former Money in the Bank winner, former SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Do you guys buy or sell that she has a big chance of winning this Rumble?
No, no, not at all.
Nope.
Not even close.
I'm sorry, Mela is money, but not in the Rumble, honey.
I disagree as well, but I just want to see where everybody else was on that whole topic because she has made her mark in women's history on SmackDown just in the last year and a half, 2 years. So for the women's Royal Rumble, I've had one. I've had a few picks that I thought could be it, but I've had one consistent person in my mind that I haven't really vocalized a lot that I have winning this Royal Rumble. And personally, I have Ember Moon. I just think that it's time for her to move up in the roster. Um, I think that she'll definitely have the fan support. She's got some naysayers as well, but as far as wrestling talent, it's all there. I love the character. Her talking doesn't really reflect the character much, but just the gimmick in general makes her a great candidate, and I definitely see her winning that. And if her husband stops saying stupid stuff on social media.
Okay. Are we just doing one, or are we still doing three?
You guys can pick as many people you want. I just, in my mind, I feel like Ember Moon is a lock.
I like keep forgetting about her.
And that's why she needs to win.
She does. My picks. Of course, any match with Charlotte in it is a possibility of her winning. Not what I want. What I would like is maybe controversial, maybe a little different, but I would like Shayna Baszler to win. I would like her to be a surprise entrant, and then she pulls it off and wins. And then I don't know. I thought I heard at one point that they could challenge whichever champion they wanted, but either way, it'll be a surprise. They got to have something. Everybody was talking about how last year everybody kind of figured that Asuka was going to win. So it'll be a surprise if somebody they don't even know is in it wins, and then all of a sudden it'll be her. Number 2 is Alexa Bliss. My girl is back. Little Miss Bliss is ready to come back for her title. She's ready to get back in the hunt, and she's gonna outsmart the rest of them.
I swear on everything holy, I don't know.
So hoping, I'm so hoping for that. And I'm gonna pick all unconventional except for Alexa, and I'm gonna say Lacey Evans. That's my third pick. I want something that's surprising, gonna make people's mouth drop. So I would love to see the lady of NXT show some class at WrestleMania.
So you're going for all non-affiliated or non-main roster people other than Alexa Bliss. So you're wanting Lacey Evans, who hasn't picked a side yet, but has been called up, or Shayna Baszler, who we don't know if she's been called up yet.
Yes, because I mean, everybody, the safe pick is going to be Charlotte, of course. That's the safe pick. Charlotte or Nia Jax. That's, the safe one. So I don't want to pick one of those two. So I want to go, completely out of the box. Because, I mean, legitimately, if Shayna Baszler is in there, because like we said, they always have somebody NXT person come in there. It's going to be hard for them to stop her. And even if it's like at the end and like Nia Jax is there, all of a sudden Shayna comes out, she even going to, be like, oh shit. So, and like I said, it's, I want somebody to win, both of them, that people aren't used to seeing, a surprise, or somebody that they didn't even know was actually in the match. And it could be like somebody get called out and they don't come out. That's because Shayna and the rest of the 4 horsewomen took somebody out. especially someone like Bailey, they take her out before she gets to get out there. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, somebody at the end of the thing, it was like, well, there was supposed to be 30, but there wasn't 30. Somebody's missing. And then all of a sudden Shayna Baszler comes out, and it'd be like her and Nia. And then they'll show Bailey beat up in the back. Well, before this, they'll show Bailey beating up in the back. And then all of a sudden Shayna will come out, which will further the four horsewomen more and more. Okay. So that's my predictions. Speak on it.
I was just letting y'all go ahead and do your thing, because while y'all been sitting over here debating, I've been marinating. And I'm really about to hit y'all with some swerves and curves. My three, y'all haven't picked a single one of the three that I think is going to actually win this. All right. So number one would actually be somebody that I know y'all are not going to like. But my first choice to actually win has actually gained a lot of steam as of late. And I just kind of want to see really what she's got in the ring. And that choice would be, surprisingly, Mandy Rose. Now, I know. Like I said, y'all ain't going to like it. But
I did not say I didn't like it. I like Mandy Rose.
The way that they've been building her, I'm not saying that she's going to win per se. Like, logically, it wouldn't make sense unless she just challenges the SmackDown Women's Champion. I don't see her really challenging Ronda or Sasha, but then again, I could see her challenging Asuka or Becky. I can see that. She may not win, but still, it'd be something interesting. And because of a lot of the steam, a lot of heat that is actually coming from Mandy, literally, because every time you see her entrance, like everything around her is all steamed up. So
sorry about that. I get a little hot and bothered.
That is a definite like dark horse winner for me. Now, the next person that I would like to see actually win is she's had a title opportunity before, but still, I want to see Natty get another opportunity.
Oh, hell.
I said I was controversial. I said I was controversial.
God. You are. That's like, wow. That's controversial right there. Please, God, no.
I think that Natty and Ronda would have another good showing again. But I'm just saying, once again, you got to bring back a heel Natty. I mean, just simply for that sake. Now, my third and final pick is actually somebody y'all mentioned, but you didn't mention her to win. But I'm thinking Bailey would be the third person I think was going to win. With Bailey, of course, being the fourth horsewoman, it is logical. I'm not picking the obvious, which is Charlotte. I'm not picking somebody who I absolutely love, which would be Ember, but I'm thinking that Bailey should definitely have a match of this caliber, or she could actually flip the script. And if Sasha does beat Ronda, then we could have a Bailey versus Sasha at WrestleMania, the best friends fighting it out for the women's championship. I wanted that feud months ago. We all wanted that feud months ago. But still, why not rekindle that fire and actually have Bailey being able to challenge her best friend for the title? I'm just saying, I think it would be cool.
When I said her getting jumped, I thought about it. I was like, man, that is a really good choice for Bailey to win. I mean, to get her in it, she could still challenge. If Sasha won, she could still do the whole, just like Becky and Charlotte, I'm going to fight you, blah, blah, blah. But, they could still be friends, or they could still, no matter how bad they done beat the hell out of each other, when the other horsewomen come, they still could join together. So I really could see Bayley winning. That I mean, they need to do something with her. She got to get in there too. So that's a good choice.
These picks, man. One of you guys want Alexa Bliss back in the picture. The other one wants Natty back in the picture.
I always want Alexa Bliss to be on top. I mean, to be at the top.
I picked Natty for one reason and one reason only. And that's because, I mean, like, the trainer versus the trainer. That's the only reason why I picked Natty. But, like I said, do I think it's going to happen? I do not believe so. But that's just something that was just something that I would like to see. That's all. And like I said, I know that y'all weren't going to like that pick, but I don't have to defend my picks to y'all because I'm Swerves and Curse.
Okay, easy killer. Let's see. Next on the card, we got the WWE United States Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, I brought back the old school term. The champion Rusev, who won the title on Christmas, aka Rusev Day, is defending the title against the former champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Is Shinsuke Nakamura going to become a two-time U.S. champion, or is Rusev Day going to retain?
I almost forgot about this match.
This match is on the kickoff show, by the way. So.
Oh, it is?
It is kickoff.
I haven't gotten to see the last Raw or SmackDown, so I'm kind of behind. Dang, I didn't know that.
Every match on the Royal Rumble is a title match, even the two pre-show matches, except for the Rumble matches themselves.
And I just heard the Cruiserweight is on the kickoff show, too.
That is correct.
I think this match is going to be better than what people expect. I think Rusev is going to keep it for now, just so they can finally do something with him. And they can keep the whole storyline going. Or if something happens to where Nakamura wins by DQ by like doing something to Lana or getting Rusev to go off on him because he does something with Lana or something, and that causes him to get disqualified. But I see Rusev keeping the title.
Okay. I'm going to go on the same route. I'm going to say Rusev is keeping the title as well. I don't really got any other explanation for that one other than that's my pick for that
one. I haven't been behind the United States of Knock America this entire time, and I'm still not behind it because it's Rusev Day. Once again, he's going to retain.
All right, so we got 3 for Rusev. We'll run on. Next match on the card, Miz and Shane, the tag team of the quote-unquote best in the world versus the Bar. Similar to the last.
Can I go first?
Oh,
can I please go first? I hope to God that the Bar beats the pure shit out of both of them. I hope they murder them. God, I cannot stand this entire thing with Miz and Shane. I tried to hold back when y'all were talking about Miz earlier, so I would hold off for this. I cannot stand this entire storyline. It is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. God, I hope they beat the hell out of them. Put both of them out so they won't be there for a while. I don't care what you do. Have Miz act like he gets hurt, and the Bar beats the hell out of Shane, and then he be like, oops, sorry about that, and Miz can go on to the Royal Rumble, but God, please, stop this whole stupid storyline. I don't care what you do to stop it. Just don't have them come out again with each other, ever. I hate it. Okay, that's it.
Wow. A little passionate there, huh, buddy?
Wow.
Knock it back a couple of notches.
Escalated very quickly.
But I'm gonna have to agree. Let's go ahead and go with the Bar for me as well. I think that there are some other tag teams that are more deserving of the tag titles besides Shane and Miz. No offense to either Miz or Shane for that matter. But Shane O'Mac does not need to be with every single like moment that happens. So yeah, let's just go ahead and stick with the bar on this one.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and 3-0 for the first two matches, or we're gonna go 3 for 3 on all both of those matches. I'm definitely picking the bar. This Miz and Shane tag team's got to end. My Miz, once again, he makes anything that he does entertaining. It really just Shane McMahon in this match pisses me off more than anything else, honestly. Um, since we already mentioned it being on the pre-show, and I said the next match on the card because I'm just going down the list in Wikipedia, guys. It's not me. The other pre-show match, Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy champion. Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, Kalisto. There is not one American in this match, and I love it. Fatal 4-Way for the Cruiserweight title. Does Buddy Murphy retain, or do we walk away from Royal Rumble with a new champion?
Buddy gonna keep it.
What? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Buddy Murphy's gonna keep it. I don't think in. I just don't. I don't know. Hideo Itami, he just hasn't. I mean, he's done a couple good matches. He just hasn't gotten over with me enough now. And then he stopped doing the go to sleep, and he does that stupid other ugly move. And I don't know. I would not want to see him as a champion. It's going to bring the brand down. Nobody would care. What's his name? Kalisto. As long as he's with that Lucha House Party crap, I don't want him to win anything. Tozawa, I would like to see him, but I don't know with the whole him and Kendrick thing. I don't think any of them are ready enough or really good enough right now to beat Buddy for it. I don't think they could keep it.
I agree, man. It's not that I don't think that they're ready wrestling wise, because we know all of these guys are elite wrestlers in this match. I just don't think any of them carry the star power to carry a title right now. And this title has been getting prestige upon prestige built upon it for the better part of a year right now, over a year. With matches they've had with Cedric Alexander, with Buddy Murphy, with Mustafa Ali. I would think that the next in line to win that title should not be either of those three, but it should be Drew Gulak. Other than that, that's all I got to say about that. Buddy Murphy's returning.
And I guess I'm going to be the odd man out because I'm not a man. But I'm actually going to go with, because of a couple reasons, I've got Hideo Itami winning this match. All right. My reasons are, number one, all the others have already held the title. I mean, you got your current champion and Buddy Murphy. Akira Tozawa is a former cruiserweight champion, as well as Kalisto. Hideo is not. Number two, this is a fatal four-way match, which means no disqualifications. Buddy Murphy kind of has Tony Nese kind of on his side, kind of not. And then also we have the Lucha House Party, Grand Metalik, as well as Lince Dorado on the back of Kalisto. Then you have Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa. But Arya Daivari, there's something about him. I like him being paired with Hideo Itami. And I really, really think that there's going to be some reason that Arya Daivari is going to help Hideo Itami win. It might just be a one-time thing, but I think that with the help of Daivari, Hideo Itami will beat these guys, and he will be the new Cruiserweight champion.
Okay. So 2-1 in this instance. We got 2 for Buddy Murphy. Lady Great One hitting you with the swerves and curves, and picking Hideo Itami in this one. Next match on the card: Ronda Rousey, Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's title. I don't feel like Sasha Banks is going to come away with this one. I feel like this is going to be probably the best match that you've seen Ronda Rousey win since she started. Um, so I'm definitely going to pick Ronda Rousey for the winner of that match. But I think it's going to be a great match. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say. Either one of y'all want to go?
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't see them having Ronda lose before WrestleMania. I think if you're smart, you're going to want Ronda to have the title to go into WrestleMania. Like you said, I do think this is going to be her best match. And I think this is going to be really a way to set up more of the four horsewomen. I think maybe Ronda's going to have a little more edge or a couple more bad guy tendencies. Or plain and simple, Shayna and them may come out or something. But I think this is going to be more of a way to set up the four horsewomen. I mean, the promo that Ronda did when she was like, she's so excited about fighting Sasha. That was her favorite wrestler. She can't wait to beat her, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, wait a minute, what? That was a bad guy or bad girl kind of thing to say. She just snuck that in there. I can't wait to beat you. I mean, no, I didn't mean it like that. That was kind of like, wait a minute. So I think this is going to be Ronda's best match and the best match for Sasha in a long time. And I think this is going to be furthering the whole thing with the horsewomen to get ready for them all, or in some form or fashion for them to all fight.
Okay. Are you finished?
I am done.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Now, once again, I have to do this swerves and curves because we tend to forget that there is still another pay-per-view in between. With that being said, it's the Elimination Chamber. So that does not mean that Sasha could not beat Ronda, fight her again at Elimination Chamber, win her title back, and then go back to WrestleMania as champ. So, I mean, there's going to be a women's title match. So why not have... I mean, I don't want her to just completely tear through all four horsewomen. I would like for it to at least be close. And that's why I'm picking Sasha. I mean, the better part of me is saying, yeah, I know that Ronda's going to go ahead and win. And then she might fight Bayley at Elimination Chamber. Since Sasha couldn't get the job done. But somebody has to beat her. Unless we're just going to hold it off to WrestleMania and she beats Becky. I mean, Becky beats her for it. I don't know exactly, but I want to see the four horsewomen versus the four horsewomen. And I think that Ronda does need to take an L to make her truly snap and like just become the straight ruthless badass, the baddest woman on the planet. I think that she needs to take an L, and I don't see a better person to take an L to right now than Sasha.
I see what you're saying. I would like Sasha to win. I would be surprised if they let her lose. I think she would, like I said, I did remember there's another pay-per-view. I'm just going to be surprised that she would lose at anything, especially her first loss, at anything before WrestleMania. But I think that like I said, I think that she's going to have some bad girl tendencies, or she may not win fairly. Even if she doesn't completely cheat, she may hold her tight, or it may be some trick way that she gets her in her submission or whatever, or some way that she beats her that is not completely on the up and up, so that they were like, wait a minute, I had you, and then you did this or whatever, or you grabbed my tights, or, the ref was knocked down and you did something, or the other horsewomen come out and they do something when she's knocked down and she gets back up and puts her in a submission, but she didn't see them do anything. So it would be like Ronda didn't know what happened. She just saw her down and just went on for the pin or went on for the submission, but she didn't see it. So they still trying to keep it like Ronda's still good, but I think they're going to somehow get it to where she's going to turn, because I think the MMA girls got to be the bad girls. I don't see no way that Shayna could be the good girl in a fight like this. So, but I think that I don't think Shayna's going to lose yet. I mean, I don't think Ronda's going to lose yet, but I think it's going to be something big that's going to happen, or maybe a receipt from what Charlotte did, and she like snaps and beats the hell out of Sasha after the match or something.
I can see that happening. I definitely see that happening. I see some underhanded tactics happening there, and I do think that the beat down of Sasha to retaliate for the beat down that she received by Charlotte would definitely help forward that story in a completely different direction. I agree there.
Okay, moving right along, since we talked about the women's match for Raw, the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, Asuka, Becky Lynch. Asuka, champion. Becky Lynch, former champion. The man, voted Superstar of the Year, one of the Superstars of the Year last year, Breakout Star of the Year, definitely she was. Who you guys got? Will Becky Lynch become this would be a 3-time if she was to win the title? Does she become a 3-time SmackDown Live Women's Champion? Or does Asuka retain the title?
Oh, shoot. I want Asuka to win. I think Asuka's going to win. It may not be a clean win, or it may not be. I just think that the whole, like I've been saying, the whole 4 horsewomen thing, I think that's going to start. So even if Ronda maybe comes out there and distracts her or something, I don't think Becky doesn't need the title right now. I think Asuka still needs it to still keep her over. Becky is over no matter if she has the title or not. So I don't think there's no point of her having to have it now. I think it would be bigger if she wins it back at WrestleMania. Like if she fights Ronda at WrestleMania and then she beats Ronda at WrestleMania, I think that'll be a bigger coup, a bigger pop than just having her win it now at the Royal Rumble. Because there would be really no reason, because if Becky wins it now, then Ronda keeps it, then you mean that both of them are going to keep it, and then both of them may go against each other at WrestleMania, with both of them having the titles. One of them can't have the title, so that's what I'm thinking. Asuka wins, so that can put off whoever wins the Royal Rumble may be able to go against Asuka, and then Becky and Charlotte and them can go against Ronda and Shayna, or all the horsewomen.
Okay. I was thinking that Asuka will retain her title, and which leads me back to the conversation that we were having earlier about the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, if you allow Asuka to retain her title, whomever, say Charlotte does win the Rumble, which I think may very well be a hard person to go against. Charlotte is obviously one of the top women in the company. So if Charlotte wins the Rumble, you already know she's going to challenge Ronda. Like, that's a given. Like, I don't think that she would go back and try to fight Asuka again at WrestleMania to get the same thing two years in a row. I don't think so. But I think that if it's not Charlotte that wins the Royal Rumble, I still think there might be some sort of flip there. And Asuka will continue to retain her title. But we already have Ronda come up and cause Asuka to win the title. I don't think that it's going to come out to where it's going to happen again or Ronda interferes with their match. I think that this time it might be, on the other hand, somebody interfering in the Sasha and Charlotte match, or Sasha and Ronda match, excuse me. I'm thinking Ratchet because, Sasha's Ratchet. Like, that's the boss coming back. Sasha's Ratchet.
No,
but anyway,
she's not.
Sasha's Ratchet. Okay.
No,
anyway.
She's not.
Well, I do like this Sasha Banks a lot more. So I'm sorry. I had to go ahead and shout that out before we ended this show for sure. To go ahead and say that when Sasha has something to fight for, she's incredible. When not, she's just there. But anyway, neither here nor there. But I think that Asuka will retain her title. And if the winner of the Royal Rumble is not Charlotte, then they're going to be challenging Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title.
Okay. So 2 for Asuka right now. Okay. So just because we got 2 going for Asuka, I'm just gonna say Becky Lynch just because I don't want to keep agreeing with you guys on every single match. Um, so I'm gonna be the eyeballing this one and pick Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was definitely riding a hot streak before dropping the title in that match. I think that we can probably carry this feud out a little bit longer until the whole 4 Horsewomen feud comes into fruition, whenever that may be. So, with that being said, I'm going to have Becky Lynch win this title back. 2 matches left on the card here. They're both main roster heavyweight titles. First, Raw's WWE Universal Championship. The Beast, the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion, the mayor of Suplex City, going against what we hope to be the demon, Finn Balor. Finn Balor finally getting his shot at Brock for a chance to reclaim for the second time the Universal title. I said earlier, they've been doing a lot to try to really force home this whole David and Goliath thing. For those who may have missed it, or if you haven't missed it, you can go online and watch a clip of the match. There was speculation that, the profit or the switch at the pay-per-view came because Braun Strowman was hurt. Braun Strowman actually wrestled Finn Balor one-on-one on Monday night and looked very close to be taking an L. Finn Balor hits the coup de grace. Brock Lesnar comes into the ring. F5's Finn Balor. Finn Balor wins by disqualification. Braun takes the loss without looking weak, so to speak. Are you buying or selling Finn Balor walking away from Royal Rumble as the new Universal Champion?
I can buy it. I want it to happen. It's hard to bet against Brock right now. Like I said, if it's kind of twofold. If Drew McIntyre won the Royal Rumble, I would want Brock to win. If anybody else won, I would like Finn to win. I think if Finn doesn't win, oh my God, it is going to be a massive amount of hate and boos, and they're just gonna be so mad that he didn't win. But I'm not. I don't know. Um, I'm gonna say Finn. I'm gonna say Finn because I think it can be so many more opportunities for somebody else to fight him at WrestleMania if he won. And then maybe Brock could have a normal match or something. And to be unbelievable that Finn wins, and then you have a huge top baby face, and he could be the top guy. He already even if he has to come out as the demon, even if he gets the club to come out and help, somehow, some way, I would want Finn to win, just so it would be like, oh my God, can you believe, of all people, Finn is the one that won, and that'll send him to the top, and like, oh my God, this guy actually beat him. And like you said, the whole David versus Goliath thing, it just needs to happen. Brock has to lose. And this is the perfect person for him to lose to. So I'm going to go with Finn.
Okay. So, now you know me. From probably since we've been doing this podcast, I've been singing Finn Balor's praises and saying that he should be the next guy up for quite some time. Just because he's got the look, he's got the wrestling ability, he's got the gimmick and character, he's got the fan base as far as the indie guys love him and the women and kids love him. You got to participate in his entrance every time he comes out. This guy just has superstardom written all over him. And I think that them pushing this whole David Goliath story is they're trying to make him into like this Daniel Bryan figure. And I'm thinking that's my major reason for going with Finn. I'm definitely biting on the bait right now. I definitely would not be shocked if Brock Lesnar walks away retaining the title. But for the way that they have been spinning this thing, for some reason, I am feeling that Finn Balor is going to make an upset in this
one. Yeah. And like you said, I think that, especially because, they really don't have a face of the company right now, that would really, it'll be really huge. And like Lady Great One said earlier, if Finn won, we could have Finn versus Seth at the WrestleMania. We could have some dream matches at WrestleMania with them two, and then if just with them two could be a great match, or whoever else he gets to fight against. But Finn definitely deserves to be showed more of, done more with. I think he should start doing the old way where he would come out as a demon dressed like different characters or whatever. But like you said, he's got the fan base. He has men, women, and children. Everybody likes him. So universally, he's probably one of the most over people in the company. Him and AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, those are like, everybody loves them. So, and there's so many more people that he could have a feud with. We could, like we was hoping with Roman, we could see him versus Seth. We could see him versus Dean. We could see him versus Braun. We could see him versus Drew. With Brock, there's only a couple people that are ever going to fight him when he's actually there. So we could actually see the champion more and get more universal title matches against a lot of different people, and giving a lot more people opportunities.
Well, I already said my prediction earlier, and I don't think that there's any need to repeat myself. I agree with the whole more opportunities thing, so I'm just gonna have to go out and say Finn Balor again. I really don't want to see Brock head into another WrestleMania as a champion, an absent champion. We want a fighting champion. If you're listening to the people, make this happen and let Finn Balor go ahead and win.
Yeah, so I think we're all going to go on the Balor train. So that's another three for the night. Last match on the card: Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Um, these guys have been going for a couple of weeks now, for the better part of a little over a month. Um, and this is definitely probably one of my hardest matches to predict, just because Daniel Bryan has won so many of the past. I don't know whether they're going to close this, feud out with Daniel Bryan shutting AJ out, or is AJ Styles going to become once again SmackDown Live's WWE Heavyweight Champion, and turn it to once again the house that AJ Styles built. Personally, if I'm going to have to pick a winner, though, I'm going to say Daniel Bryan in this one. I have Daniel Bryan retaining, if for not any other reason, to keep building his heel style.
Yeah, basically what you said. Just to, I mean, building this new character, I don't think he's going to lose yet, especially lose his title. I think they're trying to, build him, keep building him. And like you said, I mean, there's really nothing else for AJ to do. AJ just needs to go to Raw. I mean, basically, he's beaten all the contenders except for Samoa Joe. I mean, not Samoa Joe. Randy Orton. And that's basically the only person that he hasn't beaten or hasn't had a match with. But everybody else, he's pretty much fought. So him winning it again, who the hell are he gonna fight? I mean, excuse me, he'll fight the same people he's already fought. So I think for now it needs to be Daniel Bryan win, and then AJ can go to Raw, or Randy Orton comes out there and attacks him, next SmackDown or something, and then they finally start a feud. But I think right now Daniel Bryan is gonna keep continuing with the title reign and keep continuing with this new character.
Big facts, big facts. Okay. Let's see.
Okay. You just actually brought up somebody that I slept on in the Royal Rumble match. Oh my gosh. What if Orton wins?
Lady Great One, please. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. How many times he's already won it? Let's not do that. We don't want Orton to do anything right now. Besides fight AJ without a title. We don't want him to win any major thing like a Royal Rumble or something.
Yeah, I know, but still, I just love Randy Orton. I still love the Viper, and yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm still waiting to see this Samoa Joe Randy Orton feud. That was just another thing that I just wanted to say, bring that up. But yeah, back to this match. I do believe that Daniel Bryan will go ahead and retain this one as well. Everything that you said, like AJ has pretty much ran through and been dominant on the roster. He beat Daniel Bryan the first time, and then the second time that they fought, Daniel Bryan won. I mean, yes, this is a rubber match, and the new Daniel Bryan needs a new feud or a rekindle of an old feud, just with the styles reversed, and having Miz and Daniel Bryan WrestleMania, a heel Daniel Bryan versus a face Miz at WrestleMania would be absolutely awesome. No, sorry. It would be awesome. Period.
The alpha male Miz.
I mean, come on now. Like I got to give it up to the Miz there. I just got to do it. I got to think that I really got to think that Miz is going to be the one to fight Daniel Bryan next, and it's going to be at WrestleMania, and it's going to actually be a face Miz. I mean, got to. Unless they're going to take it and it's going to be a McMahon in a main match at WrestleMania, or two McMahons, or should I say a McMahon and Levesque.
God, stop. No, we don't want any McMahons.
That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. I just said I don't want any McMahons or Levesque.
I can see him. I would like to see him. Triple H could come if he like fights Braun or somebody. But any of the other McMahons, I don't want to see him. I don't know why they said we're gonna change up things, and then change up means y'all gonna be on TV again. I'm like, no, that doesn't mean y'all to be on TV. That just means y'all need to do some better storylines. But if Triple H came, like the whole thing is going on, besides the whole thing, with Braun, and he could maybe try to attack or get in Vince's face, and then all of a sudden Triple H come out like, you're not gonna try to punk my father-in-law down or whatever, and then they could start off something with them two, because Braun has to have something. Since he's been there, he hasn't had an actual real match at WrestleMania, while he was the biggest thing each time, but didn't have a match at WrestleMania. So they got to do something special for him finally.
Okay. All right. Well, these are just our predictions. So, the only way that we'll know is if we tune in to Royal Rumble this weekend and tune into the NXT Takeover pay-per-view this weekend to see who's going to come out victorious.
Mine is a prediction. Mine is the truth. What I say is going to happen. Believe that.
So, moving right along into our next topic before we close out the show. Jack Swagger. If you know me on a personal level, on a podcast level, on any level, you know that I was definitely a huge Jack Swagger fan when he first debuted in WWE. I marked out when he won the Money in the Bank. I marked out when he cashed it in and beat Jericho for the title. I marked out when he came back and won the #1 contendership match out of the Elimination Chamber. I love the whole gimmick that he had with Zeb Coulter. I've always been one of Jack Swagger's biggest supporters, but there were always one of the knocks that, he wasn't really giving it 100% over the last couple of years that he was in WWE. A lot of people said that he didn't have the character, that he was boring. And we really just saw Swagger used primarily as a jobber in his last few years in the company. We also know he had a couple of run-ins, a couple of DUIs that kind of derailed that push as well. A couple of positive tests for marijuana, I believe, that have caused him to get depushed as well. Swagger was released from WWE from his contract back in 2017. So making the transition, he joins a couple of other people that we know, such as, of course, CM Punk, Bobby Lashley, Batista, Brock Lesnar, the most famous one out of all of them. So he joins a list of guys who jumped from the WWE and done MMA. Even the gentleman Jack Gallagher, who does mixed martial arts as well. Swagger makes his debut. You've seen a lot of his videos where he's been working out. You guys think he's ready?
Yeah, I think he is. You got to remember, he was a great amateur and everything too, and he's really talented. Can he take a punch? I don't know, but I think he's going to do well in it. I'm hoping for him to do well. He's a really nice guy, and I really hope that he makes somebody get on their knees.
Get down on your knees. I'll bring you to your knees. That good old classic music. I love that classic Jack Swagger. And now from somebody who's personally met the man, he is really, really cool guy. That was one amongst the many pictures of mine that was taken from me by some people that will remain nameless because I don't want to give them any sort of clout whatsoever. However, I know that one thing is for sure. I'm pretty sure that he's going to do better than one Mr. Philip Jack Brooks, a.k.a. CM Punk, did. And I think he's not going to walk away with an L. That's for sure. And I definitely wish him the best doing this thing out here in Bellator. I think that he should be very successful. I think that this man has the background. He actually has an ability, not to mention the fact that he's much, much younger than one CM Punk. So I definitely feel that Jack Swagger will have a great MMA showing. So
I think he's younger than Punk, but I don't think he's much younger than Punk. Swagger's 36. I think Punk is like what 38 or 39.
Punk is 40,
Punk's 40.
I believe. Punk is past the 40 mark. He's at it or he's past it. I'm gonna have to fact check that really quick. You can go ahead and continue, sir, while I'm fact checking that.
So of course, I'm definitely thinking that he's definitely ready. He's definitely got the background, like you said, amateur wrestling. Guys with amateur wrestling backgrounds have proven to be very successful, especially in the heavyweight division. In mixed martial arts, ground and pound is definitely pivotal. So I think if he's been working on the ground and pound, transitioning guys to the ground, and either working on, getting a few holds under his belt, or working on just his striking on the ground, I think that he'll have a very successful career. I definitely hope for the best for him, and I'm hoping for him to get a win in his debut this week, this weekend, this Saturday night at Bellator 214. Now, on top of that, Mr. VIP shared something in our group chat earlier.
Hold on.
From a
Hold that thought before you get into that real quick. I just did a fact check, and Philip Jack Brooks is 40 years old.
Okay, he's 40. Okay. All right, so it's a 4-year difference. I still don't call that much, but that is a significant gap. 4 years, you can do a lot in 4 years' time, especially in the entertainment industry. Um, but yeah, it was announced earlier today on Jack Swagger and R Truth's live stream that R Truth is going to perform his single Jack's Endurance, his rendition, which is Jack's Endurance, during Jack Swagger's entrance. So we definitely see he's got the support of fellow WWE stars. He even went as far as in a recent interview that he said that he spoke with Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon had one bit of advice for him. You know what that bit of advice was? Win. That's all Vince told him. He said, you better win. Not only has he been working on Jack Swagger's been working on his MMA career. This was announced when he originally was released back in WWE. So he's been working on this for about 2 years. However, in the meantime, Jack Swagger's been putting together a pretty, decent run in the Indies. I think he's won a few heavyweight championships in the indie circuit since leaving. Most notably, winning the Lucha Underground Championship after winning the Gift of Gods Championship to get a guaranteed match. Um, he also has fought Nick Aldis unsuccessfully for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. He defeated another former WWE star MVP for the Imperial Wrestling Revolution Championship. He also beat another former WWE star, John Morrison, not only on Lucha Underground as Johnny Mundo, but defeated him in 5-star wrestling to win the heavyweight title in that division as well. So, all in all, Jack Swagger has won 3 heavyweight titles within that 2-year span and has been practicing MMA. Do you think if his stock goes up enough, will we see Jack Swagger return to the WWE at any point in
Yes, you will. He's going to be like Drew McIntyre. If he, with everything he's done, he's gotten a lot better. He's in a lot better shape. If he goes out there and even if he fights one match, but he wins or wins or loses, if he has a good showing, yeah, he'll be back. His right now his stock is already way higher than it was when he left. He had been there for a while. He was stale. He was starting to get out of shape. So I think now, win or lose, he'll be back, and it'll be a lot better. He'll be a lot more sought after than he was before.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll go ahead, Lady Great One.
Oh, I was just saying agreed, and that was it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I've kept up with a lot of his videos. Like you said, he's been working on stamina. He looks a lot leaner than he was when he left WWE. A lot better shape. He almost looks younger now than he did when he was in WWE, just because he looks so lean and in shape now. So Swagger, or his real name Jake Hager, is definitely making a name for himself, and I definitely hope for a W this weekend. It's going to be hard to try to catch that and watch Takeover at the same time. I might have to, flip back and forth, or either I'm just going to have to go back and catch the next level. Nah, who am I kidding? I'm probably going to watch the Bellator tonight and go back and watch whatever I missed on the NXT pay-per-view, just because I'm a huge Swagger fan. But other than that, if you got to make the choice, you guys watching NXT or you guys watching Bellator?
I don't know if the channel of Bellator comes on.
Fire Stick, illegally streaming.
I would. I mean, I'll probably watch either one. NXT I can watch anytime. I mean, because I could watch that the next day to get ready for Royal Rumble anyway. If I watch Bellator, all I would watch it for is that one match. So I could watch NXT. I don't know what time it comes on, but I could watch NXT and then pause it and watch that one match and then go back and finish NXT. But this is his first match, so I would like to see that just to see how he does and hope that he, I don't really watch MMA that much, but to see one of the wrestlers go, I would love to see that and hope he wins, hope he dominates the guy, and show the world that he's a legit fighter, a complete athlete.
No doubt. Well, that's all I really wanted to, put on the table. I think we got everything out of the way for Jack Swagger. We can definitely hop into our final thoughts. For me personally, I don't really have a deep final thought for tonight, but we are watching closely right now as Kenny Omega is about a week out from becoming a free agent and being out of his New Japan Pro Wrestling contract. A lot of speculation on this right now, whether he's going to choose WWE or whether he's going to choose maybe even Impact or go with his buddies to AEW, which is probably the biggest probability. I think that he's going to bring a lot of star power for whatever decision that he does make. But I feel like if he goes to WWE, whoever's in the top tier division, count your days, MF. Next, who else got a final thought for the night?
Shoot, that's basically what I was gonna say. I'm gonna piggyback a little bit on yours. I do think whichever show I swear to God, if he went to Impact, I'd smack him. But if he goes to WWE or to All Elite, WWE, he can go there because there's going to be a lot of dream matches we want to see. All Elite, he can go there to give them some more star power. So either way, my final thought though, I've been ever since this All Elite has came up, every report, and especially from Dave Meltzer, every report from everybody is that they're unhappy and they're going to leave. They're unhappy. They're going to be. They're asking for their release. I mean, even today I seen one that said that New Day was going to leave and go to AEW, and I was like, are you crazy? So you telling me the top tag team in the company with all the merchandise sales and everything that they got going on, they're going to leave and go to another company? And a lot of these other people, I was like, I can understand some people are unhappy, but a lot of this, if it was true, especially for like people like the Revival and stuff, a lot of this is like the old tactic. I've been, listening to the Eric Bischoff 83 Weeks and the Something to Wrestle With, Bruce Pritchard. And, back in the day, they used to say that they were going to go to the other company so that whichever company they were in would either raise their pay or, try to do more with them so that they won't leave. But realistically, I'm like, until AEW or whatever, All Elite has a actual, either a stream or actually is actually on a television channel, why would I leave to go to somewhere else that the company hasn't really even started up? I mean, for them to say AJ is going to leave, I was like, why would he leave? He's at the top of the company. Revival them, I could see they're being unhappy, but you're still getting paid. There's no point of trying to go to a company that hasn't really started up yet. They had one, they just announced a bunch of people and announced a bunch of promises that they would like to do, but none of that has came true yet. You haven't done anything yet. Till you start having shows, all the people that have a job right now, stay there until you see that, okay, this company is starting to get good. Now I can start, let me try to go over there now. But they ain't got no TV deal. They haven't had an actual show. They don't have a full roster. They just did a press conference and told a bunch of people we're going to do a lot of stuff.
Well, they do.
So,
They're still in the works for the TV deal, but I mean, they got the money.
They've got the money, but so did WCW. A lot of other wrestling promotions had the money, but it still don't mean they were successful. TNA had the money, but they still ain't successful. So that money ain't gonna do anything if you ain't gonna transcend if their product isn't good, or your management isn't good, or you don't have enough talent, or the talent isn't getting over as much. Everybody loves Young Bucks and them, but are they going to be able to be the main event of their own shows? Because they're probably going to be the main events all the time. So, like I said, and then it's basically them three and Neville and Jericho are pretty much the biggest names they got. Kenny Omega would help them, but right now you don't have a TV deal. So I'm not going to leave. Nobody should leave one company for a company that doesn't have a TV deal, doesn't have a streaming deal, whatever. But I'm hoping for their success. I would love for them to do well. We could get back to the WCW, the Monday Night Wars or whatever, where we have another company where other people could go that if they're not doing anything in one company, they could jump or go to the other company. And it'll make, the WWE start to work harder on making better storylines and coming up with better stuff. But for the people that saying that it's going to kill the WWE and they're afraid, I'm like, this is like the 30th company that just came against the WWE. It's nothing new that they haven't been against before. And it's going to take a while before this company can ever be a real threat to WWE. But that's my final thought.
So long ass final thought, sir. Lady Great One?
I think a lot. You got to always be thinking.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap mine up with a very, very, very controversial um person. Actually, I have two parts to my final thought, so bear with me, please. The first part, I'm not sure if y'all been paying attention to Instagram or anything like that, but once again, Miss Mandy Rose and Naomi are still going back and forth at it. We did get the chance to see them in a match on SmackDown this past week, in which Mandy Rose was victorious. But there was an outfit that Naomi, if you follow her on Instagram at Trinity Fatu, Trinity underscore Fatu. Sorry, I'm just trying to throw it out there, not trying to, you know. But anyway, um, she is wearing a blue sequins jumper outfit, and there's also a picture of Mandy Rose wearing a red sequin jumper outfit, the same outfit just in a different color. And they're like, who wore it better? Well, that's subjective, whichever way you want to go. And once again, there's probably a lot of people who don't really care, but I'm just saying, I think it's funny that they're bringing it at least it's down to that level of pettiness that is making things just so much more personal on their level. But I digress. That was just the first part of it. Now the second part involves one man, or should I say one punk, rather, CM Punk. I did mention him before. He has just released on Pro Wrestling Tees some more exclusive merchandise. Now, his whole best in the world. He does have like the cult of personality shirt. He's got the pipe bomb shirt and the megaphone shirt, just to name a few. But for somebody to be so still with wrestling, why are you releasing these t-shirts? Kind of makes you wonder. Things that make you go, Could there possibly be an opportunity for CM Punk to enter the Rumble this Sunday? Because you're selling tees again, why not? And for you to use the same thing, the cult of personality, the straight edge gimmick, and you're selling t-shirts, why not CM Punk? And that is my final thought.
All right, well, that'll wrap up another episode of Marking Out Amongst Friends, the podcast. As we marinate on those final thoughts, once again, it's been your boy Jay Riddy in the building. Of course, Lady Great One, always coming through with the swerves and curves, and Mr. VIP coming back for the very first time. I guess you guys don't have anything else to do but wait for these pay-per-views to hit this weekend. We'll be back next week at the same time to give you our recap and discuss a couple of other topics in the world of wrestling. But as for that, this has been Marking Out Amongst Friends, the podcast, and we are out. Now let me one more time hit my damn music. He was marking out, man! 450 off the top with the top splash. Leader of the new school, ain't no way to stop us. Mark it out, screaming loud, tell me who you with. Competition is none, cause we lunatics. Walk with me down these roads if you're all in. I love the feeling, baby, time to go to work again. Come together like a fist and we do it